And we're back, folks. Another edition of the Michigan football film study focused on the defense with Vance Bedford, as I said when I was on with Al. Wish it was under better circumstances. Some things that we didn't quite expect, didn't expect for TCU. Knew they'd be good, knew they'd have explosive plays. Didn't expect for them to run the football as effectively as they did. Know they're gonna hit some big plays through the air, but that they ran the football and did such an effective job in the first half of stopping the run, that to me was what was the key to their success. You had throw in some mistakes from Michigan, you got the recipe for the loss on Saturday. As I said in all of these film studies, we do not own the footage, and as such, we do them for the entertainment, edification, and education of you, the people. No monetization, no sponsorship at all. You show your love by liking the video, subscribing to the channel on YouTube. That way you get a notification every time we do a new one. And of course, you can really show love by going over to the MichiganInsider.com, subscribing over there. That way you can stay on top of the latest and the greatest in football, basketball, and recruiting when it comes to Michigan over on the MichiganInsider.com on the 24/7 Sports Network. Vance, my brother, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm glad to be here. I wish it was on better circumstances.
Yeah, I know, Vance. I know we'll get to this in the breakdown, but there were some things in this game that were really Michigan made a lot of mistakes, and I want to definitely we're going to be touching on that. But I want to start out by giving TCU credit, man. TCU, they outplay. I've been saying it. They outplayed Michigan. They outcoached Michigan. So I offer that off the rip. So when we talk about mistakes that are made by Michigan, you know, people don't misconstrue that as taking credit away from TCU. TCU, they came out and did their thing. Get that team credit, get those players and those coaches credit. But man, Vance, Michigan did a lot to themselves in this game. I mean, there's no way around that. And that's not taking away credit from TCU to say that Michigan shot themselves in the foot a number of times in this game.
They did, but like I said, you got to give it to TCU, their coaching staff and players. The one thing you and I talked about the other week is that this was a veteran football team. Their offensive line, the youngest guy, we made the statement that he was a redshirt junior. Across the board, the quarterback is senior, the receivers are seniors. They played that way. Their offensive line was just outright physical. When they ran the inside zone, Sam, they doubled our downs and they knocked us back. So technically, you got 650 pounds. That's two guys on a guy that's 325. Who's going to win that battle, Sam?
Yeah.
650 pounds. And that's what you saw. The next thing we talked about, can we stop the quarterback? We had no idea the quarterback was the most dangerous guy on the planet because they found different ways to scheme us up to block the quarterback player to score touchdowns or convert first downs. So there was a lot of things in that ball game. I made a note here, Sam. Going into the third quarter, if you'd have taken away the two interceptions for touchdowns, the score would have been 20-22 Michigan interceptions for touchdowns. That you can't do that. So when we talk about, I listened to Al a little bit. Think about this. We got a first down and goal on the 1 yard line. We end up being fourth down. We run a reverse pass. We got the top offensive line in the entire country. Man, run that football or kick a field goal. If you go for it and we don't get it, they got to go 99 yards. I live with that. Then the next time, first and goal, we give it to a fullback. Who got you down there, Sam? The tailback and the quarterback? I'm not giving it to a guy who touches the ball 10 times a game. So it's a lot of little things here. Then we talked about also last week, Sam, about we cannot have blown assignments in the secondary. We give up a touchdown pass for, I think, 65 yards because we have nobody in the deep third. Because they checked offensively, so the call we checked. The defensive line got to check. The corner got to check, but the other back four secondary guys didn't. He get the Randy Moss sign, gave his hand up. It's a touchdown. So everything we talked about, we didn't get it done, Sam. That's just part of it. My hat's off to TCU. We didn't get it done because they kept us from getting it done. They played a great game. It's just that simple.
Well, it's one thing to say, and you're going to show this. They schemed them up to free the quarterback up on a number of occasions, but man, they misfit the run a lot. They didn't fit the run right a lot in this game, and that's more on me. Give them credit. But man, I mean, you got to give yourself a chance by executing, being in the right gap, and that was unfortunately a problem on a number of the run plays for TCU. So let's get into the film. Broke it down as we always do. Is more painful this week, but it's educational.
It's educational.
Yeah, yeah. We try to bring it to you, try to bring you some education. So number one, Vance, you love a blitz that you call rock. You call it
Oh,
rock, Vance.
been a great call for us for 2 years now. It's been a great call for 2 years. So they got to stack out. Mississippi Valley stack out is what I call this place. So we got gonna have no edge to the boundary. So we're gonna talk about the offense first. Here we go. They got a zone read play that's coming up. As you can see, the blocking scheme right now. Tackle blocks out. They're gonna double the three, climb to the backer. Then they blocking out and out. The back is taking the ball. He's reading A to A, but he sees nobody. All the gaps taken inside. He bounces this thing outside is what he does. Okay. So again, it's just a basic zone read play is all it is. A base scheme to spread offenses. So here we go. We got our rock. It started off with just nickel rock because of 3x1. It goes to Mike rock. That's what a Mike has walked out. He's blitzing. We angle him back to the boundary. The end you can see is in the B gap. He's a dive player. The nose is coming through the center to A gap. The three technique is ripping B to C. And now the defensive end on the hash, guys, he is forced. He's a curl flat dropper. Technically, if the three technique don't hold the edge, it's his job to get the ball turned back. He is primary run support. That means you need to turn the ball back to your other teammates. The linebacker, you can see his hook curl. We're in a strong zone to the field. Little Mike curl flat. Safety coming down, hook curl. So that's Sam. Let's see what happens on this play. This should be a no play if we execute. This is the defensive end's fault, and the linebacker needs to slow down and play behind the blitz. So let's see what happens. Let me run on this defense all year long. What's the defense? Why is he going in there? Stay on the edge. If he stays on the edge, it's tackling practice. He has no need whatsoever to fall inside that tackle. And the linebacker off the ball, just track the back. You play behind the slant, they can't block the guy. He's unblocked. Where's he going? The defensive end and the linebacker are both wrong on this play. The defensive end is the primary culprit, but the linebacker is a backup guy. He should be able to get over the top and make this no more than a 4-yard gain. But again, this is one of our base defenses. We didn't execute on this play is all it is. Stay outside. The tackle's turning him out, Sam. The tackle's turning him out. It's a no play. Yeah. It's a no play. I don't know why he fell back inside. I really don't.
Yeah, man, that's a tough one. I know if ands or buts about it. I don't, that's just a tough one. All right, moving on to the next one, Vance. We stay in the first quarter here, and we go to QB keep. We in the QB keep.
This is a great scheme by them. I mean, they game plan what we're doing here, guys. We're finna get to it in a minute. So now here we go. We got a blitz on. Okay. We're gonna talk about the offense first. Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. The receiver is sliding to the boundary. You can see he's gonna crack a linebacker. The tight end is gonna block the blitz off the edge, who's a quarterback player. So this is a counter play. They pulling the guard and tackle. Okay. To the other side, the center's blocking back, the guard's blocking back, the tackle is climbing to the linebacker. The tailback is going to follow the pulling guard. And the quarterback, he reads the defensive end. If the defensive end closes, he pulls it. But this is really a quarterback play because how they block it. They cracking the linebacker and they are blocking the quarterback player. This is a quarterback run all the way. Okay? Let's go to the defense, Sam.
All right.
It's a great scheme. They schemed this up really nice down
here. Yeah, that's the quarterback and the running back.
Yeah. So here you go. You can see the blitz coming right now. We blitz from outside. That guy's the quarterback player. We blitz in the gaps inside, A and B gap. So we're in good shape. We've manned them on a tight end. So we should have enough guys to stop this play because the guard and tackle pull, well, guess what? The defensive end chase, the linebacker chase, technically we don't have enough guys on this play to minimize this game. Which down here in the red zone, there's not a lot of yards to give up. Okay, Sam, we can let it run. This is a great scheme by them.
And you highlighted those two guys.
Yeah. The defensive end is in chase mode right now. And that's the problem because the quarterback, we don't have enough guys. When the defensive end flattens out and the quarterback sees that, it is an automatic keep for him right now. And he knows they got everybody else on the perimeter blocked. Because they're cracking a linebacker who's also a quarterback player. So here we go. See what happens here? They got everybody blocked. Great scheme. They schemed us up nicely down here. That's a great scheme. They blocked the quarterback player. The counter makes the defensive end chase. It makes the linebacker stay with the back because he's man-to-man. On paper, we are short. We don't have enough guys to really stop this play. And we did a great job. They get it down to the 1 yard line. Do a great job down to the 1 yard line. But again, 4 yards in the red zone, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. Great scheme on their part. Great execution on their part. And again, they found ways to get their quarterback free. And we didn't have enough guys to take away that. So my hats off to their coaching staff.
All right, so then we come right back.
Almost this is the very next play, Sam. This is low zone versus a blitz. Again, this is another quarterback play down on the one. This is the very next play, to be honest.
Yep.
So freeze it right there for me, Sam. You see everybody can see the tight end. He's going to block out on the defensive end who's blitzing. Now, what's happening is that we got a guy walked up on him. He's man-to-man. What should happen, I'm getting ahead of myself, is that when that tight end blocks out, the play on him should blitz, replace him in the blitz. But he didn't do that. So that tight end, one guy blocked two. You can see down inside, they doubling our downs. They double the three technique, so they're getting pushed. And now they're blocking back. They're doubling the backside guy. The fullback, he's going to lead up in that gap thinking he has to block the guy on the tight end. There's nobody for him to block. The dive is hitting straight ahead, and the quarterback is going to follow the fullback in the end zone for a touchdown. Okay, Sam, let's go to defense. So you guys can see the action of the quarterback and the back.
All right.
We're man-to-man because it's a blitz. And like I say, this is a great scheme. If they could have gotten safety down in the box from the start, it might have been better. But they got him playing with depth. So now he's playing downhill. He's at the same depth almost as a quarterback. So therefore, if you get a yard right now, it's a touchdown. And that's what actually happened. They did a great job skimming us up. This is, again, a quarterback run like the previous play was. Okay, Sam, let it run.
Those are two guys that you said they schemed up pretty good.
They schemed up. They schemed us. Freeze it right there, Sam. Freeze it.
I'll go back.
Go back. Okay, when he blocks out, we're going to watch the defense. Freeze it right there. Everybody can see this. We're short. You see what the safety does? When the tight end, he's looking back, but it's too late. As soon as the tight end stepped out, he should have blitzed right now. If he does, he hitting the quarterback on the 3 yard line.
Right.
But what he did, he stepped out. Now, I don't know what's being coached by the coaches there, but the base rule from when I ran a defense similar, as soon as he blocked out, you blitz right now. You replace him in the blitz. If you don't, that means you're soft in the C gap. You can see right now, they are soft in the C gap. We don't have enough guys.
Yeah. So you're saying once the tight end blocks out,
Blitz. He becomes a C gap player. Right now, you don't have a C gap player. The C gap player right now is in the end zone. This is very similar to the last play. They blocked the quarterback player and made us soft in that area.
Yeah. See, he following his man. I understand what happened. But you said, hey, this is one where they gotta get you on your thinking on your feet.
You should have made a call. The base call, most people run this style of defense. If he steps out, the defensive end, you take a man-to-man, I replace you in the blitz. That's the only chance they would have had to stop this play. They don't have a chance right now to stop this play. You're too soft in the C gap. He has no chance at all. It's a great scheme by them. Great execution by them in the end zone. They had a good idea that we were going to play man-to-man down in the red zone, down on the goal line. And they said they got everybody blocked.
Yeah, they did. Give him credit.
Give him credit. Give him credit.
All right, on to the second quarter, Vance. On to the second quarter. 13:08 in the second quarter.
My goodness. Again, all we have to do is maintain a leverage, Sam. My man 32, okay? My defensive end. Why is he jumping in that gap, Sam? Stay outside. This just fundamentals. He's a 9 technique. Look at his safety. Look where his safety's fitting, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Safety's where he's supposed to be. 32, stay on the edge. This is a no play. See, this is not a zone replay here, Sam. You see what's going on right now? Quarterback not going to the corner.
Yep,
If he stays outside, do you know this is a no play? This really the whole ball game. Throughout the game, we did this. It makes no sense. That should be a tackling practice instead. Sam, how many yards are we going to get on this play? 12, 15 yards? This is not what they did.
right.
This is us. This is a lack of execution by us, period. I mean, it gives me a headache. And run this back. I know we don't have this diagram, but again, when you run this kind of play, the linebackers, they just hitting their gaps. They blocking themselves. This team don't run in the A and B gap that way. They just there's no. You see the front side linebacker 23. He just hit his own guy in the back. Sam, where's he going? We always say never follow the same color in the hole. That guy is in the hole. We're going to see later the same situation. The ball goes for a touchdown. He has no reason to go. He wouldn't block himself. So again, it's not them on that particular play. That was strictly us. We execute, that's a no play. That's a tackle for loss. Just
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was getting at when I said earlier, in the intro. I give them credit. Like you said, they schemed them up down there in the red zone a couple times. Hey, tip your cap. Give them credit. But when you do that, you got two guys jumping in the same gap, guy giving up contain. That's not them.
That's not them. You're right. You're exactly right.
And so moving on, QB keep. So this was, he was hitting them in different ways. Because we'll get to this in the breakdown. You got some people say, the quarterback wasn't all that. Man, the quarterback made plays, Vance. And in the first half, it was with his legs.
Yes.
Making plays with his legs. In the second half is when he started buying time on that blitz, making plays with his arm. Keep paying attention to them stats. Pay attention to the plays that he made. He made good plays for his team.
Everybody said, well, he was like 9 or 20-something passing. Yeah, but 9 of his completions were touchdowns. Okay, and then he ran for one. So if you look at the stats, I will work for a guy named Earl Bruce. I know he coached at Ohio State, he played there. He says stats are for losers. The most important thing is W and L's. So my man had 4 touchdowns and led to a W, and that's what matters. So be careful about those statistics. And again, I'm going to have to go back to when we talked about before the game. We said, who we had to stop, Sam? The quarterback. I said, we got to have somebody on the quarterback every single play. We're going to watch the play right now and see what happens. Okay, let's let it go. And we go right now. We're in cover 6 right here. This is counter read play. When we say read, that means that the quarterback, he's reading the defensive end. As the defensive end closes, then he pulls the football. That's what we mean by read. Okay, so this is a counter read play, counter play. So to the front side, you can see what happens. Tight end arc blocks. We double the 3 back to the linebacker. We're going to pull the backside guard and tackle. This is a counter play. Okay, everybody can see that. The tailback is going to follow the guard. And the quarterback is reading the defensive end. As the defensive end chases, it's automatic pull. Okay, so we're in cover 6. The cornerback is primary support. He has things outside right now. Half field safety. The linebacker has hook curl. So now in this particular defense, on a pull, as you teach it, you see I got 3 guys highlighted. Either the defensive end or the linebacker when you're playing zone read teams. One of those guys, if the defensive end chases Sam, the linebacker got to stay backside for the quarterback. If the defensive end goes to the quarterback, then the linebacker could pull for the guard and tackle. Well, guess what just happened, Sam? They both went with the pullers. You don't have enough guys. You're short. Now, if you're just playing a team that runs the counter, not the counter replay, that's correct. But they running the counter read play. You have to have one of those guys play the quarterback. I have no idea what they're being taught here. The cloud corner is getting blocked by the receiver. Okay, so if you want the cornerback to take the quarterback, you move him 2 yards inside the receiver. Now that receiver can't block him, and he can take the quarterback. Now everybody can run. They didn't do any of those things. Let's let it run, Sam, and see what happens. Freeze it, Sam. Freeze it. Nobody's on the quarterback, guys. The defensive end took the dive. The linebacker ran, and they got a blocker on the corner, Sam. So I don't know if the defensive end is supposed to take the dive or not. This is option football, guys. When you play option football, it's about assignment. We talked about this last week. They should have a drill without a ball to make sure everybody goes to their assignment. And this is the problem when you deal with spread teams. And it looked like the defensive end might have had to dive the way he's looking back. Because so far this ball game, he's had several busts. But again, we don't have anybody, Sam. Because both guys, the linebacker and the defensive end, they chased the dive. They get an 8-yard gain. It should, Sam, if the defensive end is taking the quarterback, do you know it's 4-yard tackle for loss? Mm-hmm. If he chases and the linebacker step outside, it's probably going to be a 2-yard gain, Sam. So one way or the other, the execution of it, there is no execution on our part.
Yeah.
Again, they executed and we didn't. It's just that simple.
Yep. This is I tweeted about this. I said, man, you had a number of times where you got, 2 guys chasing the same man.
That's right. That's right. But that's what's great about this offense. And if you don't execute, it's not going to work. Again, this is spread Big 12 football. In the Big 10, you don't see the counter replay. You just see the counter. Mm-hmm. So everybody can chase when you pull 2 people. When you're playing a spread team, someone needs to always account for the quarterback. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Vance, that was unfortunately the start of a really good day with them running the football. All right, we're going to stay in we're showing you how they did what they did. All right.
So now, run it back, Sam. Now, this is what happened on this play. I didn't diagram this. So we started off, we were running rock. In other words, we're going to bring the mic back and we're going to angle to the boundary. But because then TCU saw it, so they checked. So therefore, we checked. We were checking the cowboy. So we went from angling to the boundary, bringing the mic linebacker, to now angling to the field and bringing a corner. The defensive line ran cowboy. They angling to the field. Green, he's running cowboy. He's looking back like, hey, you got me over the top. But that safety was still playing rock. He went to the middle of the field. And therefore, this is a quick touchdown. We talked about the one thing we could not do, Sam, is do what? Give up a cheap touchdown. That's how they've always gotten back in the game the whole year. There's a play like this. Against everybody in the Big 12, they always come back by a blown secondary coverage to get them. There's not a touchdown, but it gets them down there in position to score. But this is a bust. So they're making a check. We went from rock to cowboy, and the safety, he didn't get it.
Yeah.
The front ran cowboy. So again, this is a lack of communication on our part. Again, this is us.
Yeah.
They executed, they saw it and executed, and we didn't. And therefore, you have a big play. See the front angling to the field, Sam? They just ran cowboy.
So you say they were at rocket first, they checked.
Yes, and went to cowboy.
Cowboy.
And that's why you had this play. The communication was not there in the back end. And again, this is execution. So everybody's checking like everybody's checking. Everybody's talking. See, the linebackers, they all playing cowboy. It was a secondary played rock.
Yeah.
Except for Green, he ran cowboy. So that's not them. That definitely right there, that is us.
Right.
Again, here you go right now. We got all our blitz here, okay? Right now, second, they run a mesh route. So it's a pick. You see them pick 5? They picked, it's a rub route. Okay, on a long touchdown pass, it was the same play.
Same play. Same play.
It's the same play. Look at the quarterback buying time on his legs. Great job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it was.
This is them now. This is great execution by them.
Yeah.
This is great execution by them. The quarterback made a great play. We got an all-out blitz, and we're playing man-to-man right now. And they pick him, he's picked. So he has to go around the receiver to the field, gets him behind, foot race, touchdown.
Yeah.
Again, this is great execution by them.
Yeah.
Turner gets picked by the tight end and the slot. He gets picked by two people, Sam.
Yeah, that dude did this twice.
Yeah, we did it twice for 2 touchdowns. One for 70 yards.
Yeah, come on, man. I better stop talking about the he wasn't. Yeah, hell, he was. Like, man,
Oh my goodness.
he was doing the post game. It's like, oh, y'all don't know football. Talk about this quarterback. He didn't do that much. His stats weren't that good. I saw 4 touchdowns that man was responsible for.
Yeah, most
I
people
see.
they look at Sam. They look at stats. Reason they won the game because of 15. That's big for real. Right here, how many quarterbacks making that throw? He threw a perfect strike, drifting away from pressure. And I heard Al talking about earlier in the year. So when you blitz, good quarterbacks, they drift away from pressure. By time you get the ball off, and that kid's well coached. And guess what else he didn't do? Didn't panic.
Didn't panic.
Didn't-
Yep.
But that's a senior quarterback, Sam.
Yeah. Did
Senior
not
quarterback who knows what to do.
panic. All right, Vance, we keep it moving. We get into the third quarter.
34-22. I still can't believe it. Oh man, over one versus zone replay. Man, now freezer right there from freeze right to stop. As you can see, it's a lot like your duo. They're doubling it down, people. They're doubling it down, guys, looking for movement. Then they climb to the backers. Okay. So right now in this particular play, this is a zone replay. You got to have a guy on the quarterback. So how they playing it right now is that on paper, the defensive end is a C gap player. The down guy is a B gap player. That linebacker to that side is an A gap player. The nose is an A gap player. The linebacker a B gap player. When you run your true zone or your duo, linebackers can run through gaps and take the double team off. In the zone replay, which is option football, they have the two gap. So in other words, when they double the down, they got to stack behind the down guys and see where the back is going. They didn't do that. Both linebackers, Sam, they ran through that gap. They blocked themselves. They doubled your 3 technique, 650 pounds on 325, Sam. They roll them off the ball. Let's see what happens. So let's let it run. Again, that's great execution by them. It's not good execution by us, I'm afraid. You can see the quarterback. Here we go. Quarterback, you got dive and dive. So let's see what happens. Again, the linebacker is wrong, in my opinion, on how I've taught it. You can see what happens to your 3 technique. He gets knocked off the ball, Sam. Okay, now, 85, 25. Why are you running that gap? They fit right now, Sam, they just doubled 70, 58. There's no gap in there. You know why? They just double him again. He got a stack. He got a stack and 2 gap. 23. He got to come back. So anytime you're on a zone replay, you got a 2 gap. You can't run through gaps. He ran through his gap and blocked himself. And 17, this is a great play by him because he's a quarterback play.
Yeah,
So again, to me, they doubled our 3 technique, knocked him back 5 yards. Your linebackers buried themselves like they playing just a duo play and not a zone replay. They wouldn't block themselves, Sam. Your linebacker bolted a rope a dope and came back. If they do that, it's no because right now, running back, Sam, running back. 94 does a great job. He does a great job. So 23, your backside linebacker, why in the heck is he running the B gap, Sam? That back can't get to the B gap. Because 94 done knocked this guy back. The ball has to come back, so he should fall back. You got, Sam, I'm getting fired. I'm gonna give this thing some water, calm. I'm getting. Where is he going?
Yeah.
Where is he going? So why did he go over there? I don't understand that. I don't know. Oh man.
Yeah, your backers were misfitting the run in this game.
Yes, they act like they're playing against a duo. This is zone read. You got the rope a dope. In other words, you two gapping. You get to double team off, and both of you fall back because, right, like I say, your numbers did a great job. When he took care of his A gap, he also took care of the B gap. The ball can't get over there. I mean,
Yeah, you had contained with your edge from time to time. I mean, your edge did a great job on this play. I
on
mean,
that one, he did. He
Braden
did.
McGregor played two guys on this play essentially. He played the
Yes, he
quarterback
did.
and the running back
That's a great play by him.
because he out the gate. If Braden McGregor doesn't make an exceptional play, running back's out the gate.
Yeah. But again, they did a great job executing. In my humble opinion, we did not. We did not. This is on the linebacker. The three technique get driven back, which doesn't help. But to me, your linebackers, they got a two gap. They got a rope it up and fall back.
A lot of teach tape here. In the off season. Unfortunately, it's in the off season
The
for
best thing about it in the Big Ten, Northwestern run this offense a little bit. Otherwise than that, Penn State, nobody else does. So you're okay. You won't see this offense again, Sam. That's a good thing.
at least not in the Big Ten, but
In the Big Ten, that's right.
you
There
never
you
know
go.
when you're gonna see you make the playoff, right?
If
Never
you're
know.
gonna see this, then it'll show up.
Yeah, so
So in all season, I'm working against this
right.
because I'm playing against Michigan. I'm in the Big Ten, and I run his own play. I'm going to run his own replay. Even if I got a slug at quarterback, he might give me 3 yards. I don't hold your defensive end from closing down on my back.
Yeah. Well, look, it was a painful game to go through. There were
Well, you missing a play, Sam.
I'm missing the play. What play am I?
Yeah, the touchdown run on the blitz. You didn't get it up there?
I have it. Which one was that, Vance?
The one where it went for a touchdown when they blitz, and I had because I diagrammed it. You had both A gaps taken, both B gaps taken.
You
People
remember?
off the edge
I'm
blitz.
sure I have it. What you remember? Where what the play?
Okay, I'm finna find it right now, Sam. Give me a minute.
Yeah, 'cause I'm sure I got it. I don't know how I skipped over it.
I think it's 111 in the third quarter, Sam.
Okay, yeah, I got it right here. Quarter three, right here. You right. I got it.
All right, here we go right here. This is a zone replay again, fellas. It's a zone replay. So this is option football.
Vance just
You see
punished
what they're doing right now. Okay, this goes for 6. This is on my linebacker. I don't care what nobody says. This should have been tackling practice. This should have been tackling practice. Okay. So right now, this is what happened, right? This is running the zone play. So on paper, okay, how if you draw up a diagram, they're gonna double the 3 and climb. The center, but they're gonna double the shade and climb. The tackle's gonna turn out. Because it's a blitz, now and then when you run a zone play, they block area. That's what they're gonna do. Okay, so this is zone play. So number 3, he's gonna start like at the hip of the center. He's gonna bounce it behind 77, going for 6. And the quarterback is gonna occupy the outside blitz. Okay, so now we're going to the defense. So on defense, you can see what happens. We've got 2 outside guys coming, outside guys blitzing. They quarterback players. The 2 ends, they go into the B gap, make some dive players. The 2 down guys, they are in the A gap. So we are in a 0 blitz. You see the one linebacker back there, 5 yards deep? He has number 3 man to man. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
So think about this. If number 3 went and flared, he can't cover him from right there. He should have stacked over. Because if he does, he is unblocked. Look, I don't know where he's going. The A gap is taken by the down. The B gap is taken by the blitzers. We got guys outside. He's a C gap player. Sam, this is tackling. This is a great call. This is tackling practice. My first question, why is he in line where he is lying? He has number 3 man to man. The 3 flares, he can't cover from right there. If you go to peel control, which means outside blitz take him, then he should be blitzing outside for the C gap. So no matter what he does, his alignment has him in trouble. He has no chance here. He has no chance. Sam is like freezer. Sam is like this. Okay, let's say we're playing a lottery, and there are 100 numbers. I'm gonna give you 99 of the 100 numbers. You with me, Sam? Mm-hmm. You should win, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should win. Well, you know what he just did? He took the one number that's not there. He took the one number. Oh, you get a line. Let me get some water, Sam. I'm sorry. You get me wound up here. I don't understand. I don't get that, Sam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people out there. This tackle practice. This is alignment, Sam. This is alignment. I used to do this clinic a long time ago. My linebacker coach, I coach for the Bears. He says 4 A's. If I could, assignment, alignment, adjustment, and aggressive. 4 A's. Assignment. If you know your assignment, you can get a line. So what is his assignment? I got the back man to man. His alignment's bad. That means he made no adjustments. Therefore, he can't be aggressive. Therefore, they call it a touchdown. I mean, they did a great job executing, and we didn't. It's a touchdown.
Yeah. So I think, as I said at the beginning, I wanted to be clear that as we went through what happened in this game, and we don't take credit away from TCU. They schemed them up some. They moved them off the ball. You showed them moving Mozzie off the ball. They were physical. They're physical on both lines. I mean,
Yes,
you
they were.
talk about their line, and this is something that we'll get into in the breakdown. I mean, you look at the other side, and Michigan had a tough time running the football when they were trying to run it up the middle,
We
right?
talked about that too, Sam. Come on now.
Yeah, outside of that ISO, it was tough sledding. When they started attacking the edge, they started having more success. But people think, and I know this from talking to you and talking to Vance, and even talking to Rich Rod back in the day when they ran the 3-3-5 here, and it was a disaster, but they didn't run it right, and they didn't have guys who knew what they were doing, so they didn't fit it right. You don't fit it right, you don't run it right. Hey, it could look real bad. But he said when it's run right, it's tough to run up the middle. Much easier to run to the outside by comparison. Well, Michigan just found that out, and they had some big physical guys. They nose guy was a big physical,
320. He's a big man.
you
He's a
know.
big
So
man. We got no movement off of that nose. Anytime when it's neutralized that way, we got no push on him at all. He anchored down now. And because of that, the back is running through. And you can't pull guys versus the defense because they kept running through. We running duo, Sam. So we doubling it down and we're gonna climb to the backer. Soon as the tackle blocked out with the tight end, the backer ran through this in the backfield. One time we ran pin and pull play. The tackle thought that the linebacker was gonna play over the top. He ran through, tackling the
yeah, yeah.
backfield.
Al went over that in the film study, and
I mean,
he
well,
said
what
they
are we doing?
he said the lineman messed up. He said you coach your lineman, you got to read. He said it's a read. You take him over the top on a pull, but you got to check to make sure that he's not going to run through. Otherwise, you stay right there and you catch him right there. And he said there was a few times where guys missed that assignment
Yes, they did.
that day, and so it was tough. It was both sides, man. It was both sides of the ball. The MAs and the amazing thing is, even with all those mistakes, and this is why I say they were the better. They were not the better team that day.
Yeah.
You can make all those mistakes, have all those MAs, and you still got a chance to win the game at the end, man. Oh
I
man,
know. That tells you something. If you cut down half your mistakes, you're gonna win the game by 2 touchdowns. But that's the one thing about it. There are no overs in the game.
right?
Because guess what? And I hate to say this, Ohio State said the same thing. You have 5 plays. You take them 5 plays away, we win the game going away, but you can't take them away. And so we won. We beat Ohio State. If 5 plays you could take away versus TCU, you can't take them away. We lost the ball game. Same scenario. Nothing's different.
Yeah. So again, tip their cap. I do want to reiterate. Outside of this game, man, I mean, it was an outstanding season. You had a defense that rebounded for some major losses to the NFL draft and played beyond a lot of people's expectations. And so, got to give them a lot of credit for another fantastic year. Just didn't end playing their best football, which is why it's so tough to take. But fortunately for them, they return a lot, and this can help them next year. This can
It's
help.
no doubt. I'll go with you, Sam. I got to be honest with you. I did not expect for this year's team to be in the college football playoffs. When you lose a job bowl, you lose Dak, you lose Aiden. I'm like, they can't be as good. Because you got a brand new quarterback. He played, but all those things. You got a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator. I like, we're gonna win 10 games. So my hat's off to the players and to the coaches. What a tremendous season this has been. And it's been an honor sitting here with you, Sam, and the fans just to have opportunity to talk about them. I mean, I feel blessed, and think the fans should feel the same way. I know some disappointment there, but what a great, great season this has been. It really has been.
Absolutely, folks. Well, hey, listen, we like to think we getting better all the time, right? We like to think that this year was better than last year, and next year is gonna be better than this one. Appreciate all of you hanging with us throughout the film studies throughout the season. As I always say, we don't own this footage. Because we don't own this footage, we only use it for the entertainment, edification, and education of you, the people. We don't monetize it, no sponsorship at all. There are other ways you can show love. You can like the video, you can subscribe to the channel. That way, you keep us going and growing. You also get a notification every time we put up another video. And then, of course, the best way to show love, go over to MichiganInsider.com and subscribe over there. $1 gets you in to the latest and the greatest in football, basketball, and recruiting over on the MichiganInsider.com. Also get you access to all of the team sites on the 24/7 Sports Network. You cannot beat it. Folks, we appreciate you. Hope we educated you, edified you, entertained you, and made you be that person that when you were at the water cooler talking about Michigan football, you knew more than everyone you were talking to. Guarantee you, no one is getting it like you're getting it when you come here for these film studies. So until next time, thanks for watching another edition of the Michigan Football Film Study focused on the defense with Vance Bedford.
Go Blue.